Hello. In this video, we are going to discuss interfaces and example programs. We have already discussed inheritance. In the inheritance, we have seen different types of inheritance like single inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance, etc. If you take C#, the multi-level inheritance is possible. But when you take multiple inheritance, it is not possible in C# programming language. It can be achieved only through interfaces. That is the importance of interfaces in C# programming. We can have multi-level inheritance, B inheriting the properties of A, C inheriting the properties of B. Whereas if I want C to inherit both the properties of A and B together, it is not possible. Just by using classes, it can be achieved, or it is possible by using interfaces. So in this video, we will be talking about how interfaces can be defined. A sample or a demo program will be discussed. We will also be talking about what are the characteristics of interfaces. So by using interfaces, the very important thing is we can include behavior from multiple sources in a class. That means more than one source's behavior can be inherited in a class, because C# does not support multiple inheritance of classes. So what we are going to do, different sources will be defined as interfaces. Different sources will be defined as interfaces, and we can include the behavior of multiple interfaces in a class. I cannot have multiple classes to be inherited, but that can be achieved using multiple interfaces. Another very important thing here by using interfaces is we can simulate inheritance for structures. Whereas when we discussed structures, we have seen the difference between classes and structures. Classes support inheritance, but structures does not support inheritance. That is one of the differences we have found in the classes and structures. But if I want to simulate inheritance for structures also, I can use the interface. This is another very important use of interface. So first very important use is it can be used for multiple inheritance for classes, and if I want to simulate inheritance for structure, then I can use interfaces. When you take interfaces, it contains definition for a group of related functionalities that a class or a structure can implement. So all the related functionalities can be grouped together as a definition which can be implemented in a class or in a structure. This is one definition you can say what is an interface. So interface is nothing but it contains definition for a group of related functionalities that a class or a structure can implement. The interface defines the what part of the members, but the deriving classes will be defining how part of the members. When I say interface defines the what part of the members, this is what it means. In the interface, when you are going to define using the keyword interface, you will be defining only what it is. When I say what it is, you will have the method name, you will have the return type, you will have the parameters. How it is implemented? Where do you define implementation? In the method body. That is not defined in the interface. It is somewhat similar to your abstract members, what we discussed in the previous videos. So your interface will be defining just what part of the members, but the deriving class will be defining how part of the members I can say. It's just a layman idea of what is an interface. So this is how we will be defining an interface. You use the interface keyword and you can give an interface name here. Then you can have the method members like this, which will be having the return type, method name and parameters, and immediately semicolon. Observe here, there is no curly braces here. Generally the curly braces are used to define the method body. That is not defined here. It must be defined to the classes which are inheriting the interfaces. Now when you take interfaces, interfaces can define properties or it can define methods. The example what we see in the previous slide, this is an example of defining method members. Apart from that, interfaces can define properties, events also. It can define properties as well as events which can be the members of the interface. Interfaces contain only the declaration of the members. We have seen in the previous example, we will have only the declaration and it will not contain the definition. So it is the responsibility of the deriving class to define the members. And it provides a standard structure that the deriving class would implement. So whenever you want to have a particular structure which is to be implemented in the derived class in different ways, then it can be defined as an interface. Say for example, let us assume that you are going to define a student class for a college student as well as for a school student. For both the students, one important member will be finding the grade of that particular student. But finding the grade for a college student and finding the grade for the school student will be totally different. So the implementation, how the grade is calculated is totally different in the college student as well as in the school student criteria. But it is important to have finding grade of a student as a method in both the classes. So what you can do, you can define find grade in an interface, then implement it in a college student class as well as in a school student class. So the how part can be defined there. That is why we say interfaces will be providing a standard structure that the deriving class would be implementing in its own way. Now let us see how to declare an interface. So if you want to declare an interface, you have to use the interface keyword. It is similar to the class declaration, and interface members are public by default. Remember, the members are public by default, so I need not explicitly specify again public in the members. So this is an example. I am going to define a public interface. This is a modifier for the interface. What we talked here is the members. These are the members of the interface which are public by default. So I have not given public here for the interface members. You simply said the return type, the method name and the parameters ended by a semicolon. Return type, method name, parameters ended by a semicolon. There is no access modifier specified here because by default all these method members are public. Only then it can be implemented in the deriving class. So this is how we will be declaring an interface. Let us see a demo program where we implement multiple inheritance that has both class as well as interface. So let us go to the program now. I go to the program. Yeah. So this is the program. As usual, we have the system namespace included, and I am defining my own namespace. I call it as inheritance demo. Sorry, inheritance spelling, please check. It is in INHERITA. Yeah, inheritance demo. Then I have declared a class called as person. The class is having 3 protected members and 1 public method where you can write the code for reading the values of name, address and age. So this is a class definition. Next I am having interface definition. In C# we follow a convention. Already I told you the class name and method names will be following a convention of having capital letters. If you have more than one term in the class name, then it will be for each term it starts with a capital letter. In the interface also, if you have more than one terms, it will be starting with capital letters, and the first letter can be I, so that you can understand it is an interface. This is just a convention. It is not mandatory, it is not compulsory, or it is not going to give you any error if you don't use I, but by convention it is better to use I so that you can understand it is going to be an interface. Then if you have more than one terms like personal, details, for personal I start with capital and details starts with capital. And in this interface I am defining 3 methods to get the name, address and age of the person. The same way I am defining another interface called as academic details, where I will be getting the program name, semester, percentage. Then I am going to define the class here. What is the class I am defining? I am defining student. The student is inheriting one class, which is one base class, which is person. Then apart from person I cannot have any other class names here. So what I have done? I have defined it as interfaces. So I am inheriting interface 1, which is personal details. It is P capital, personal details, and the second one academic details. Both I am inheriting. Then what I have done? I have defined its own members, program, semester, percentage. Then I am defining a read method for student. And from the read method you can observe here I am using base.read. I am invoking base.read. So base is always used for referring the base class. So what I do? I invoke this read method which will be reading the values of name, address and age. Then I am going to read the values of student class, which will be program, semester and percentage. So once you have read the values, I go for getting the values like name, address, age, program, semester and percentage of this particular student, which will be returning the values accordingly. Then in the main class, what I do? I write a main function. I create a student object. Then you can go for read the student details. So if you say st.read, it will go and invoke this method, which will indirectly invoke the read method of the base class. Then you will go for reading the values. Then you can just display the values. By the time you can see here how the implemented methods are invoked by using the object name. So what you have to understand here is In the interface, you just define the function prototype, or you call it as the signature. Then this method is implemented as per the requirement of the deriving class. It is implemented here. So how to get the name will be decided here, and what to be done will be specified in the interface. So this is a simple demo program for how interfaces can be inherited and implemented. Let us go back to the slides. Okay. Now let us see what are the characteristics of interface. What are the characteristics of the interface? First one, interface is a reference data type. It is a reference data type. So when I say reference data type, you can create references for the interface. You can create references for the interface, and the interface can point to any object. This is very, very important. Interface reference can be created. We will be discussing it in an example, but you have to understand it is a reference data type. So a reference can be created. You cannot create an object for interface, but you can create a reference, and the reference can point to any derived class object. Any derived class object. All members are implicitly public and abstract. All the members that you define inside the class, they are all public and abstract. When I say abstract, you need not give any implementation, and they cannot include any other access modifier. It cannot include any. So it is by default, it is public and abstract. So you need not specify anything explicitly, and you can't give any other access modifier also. And your interface cannot have static members, it cannot have constants, it cannot have constructors and destructors also, and there is no implementation code defined in the interface declaration. That also we have seen. You can give only the prototype or only the signature and not the definition. And we continue with the interface characteristics, and the interface, as I told you, defines only the signature. It is similar to an abstract member, what we discussed in the previous videos. However, a class or structure can implement multiple interfaces. That also we have seen in the demo program, but a class can inherit only a single class. That also we have seen in the demo program. So in the demo program, you can see student is inheriting only one base class, which is person, but it is implementing multiple interfaces. What are the multiple interfaces we have seen? I personal details and I academic details. So your class or a structure can implement multiple interfaces, and a class can inherit only a single class. Interfaces can contain methods, properties, events, indexes, or any combination of these four member types can be inside the interface definition. And an interface can also inherit one or more interfaces. This is also possible. One interface can inherit one or more interfaces. This is also possible. So we will be discussing how interfaces will be extending another interface. When I say inheriting, when I say an interface can inherit, it is known as extending interfaces for another interface. So we will be discussing extending interfaces in the next video. Thank you.